I'm Art Wiers. I serve on the core leadership team of the region of the Great Lakes, and I'm happy to be with you today to share this Whiteboard Wednesday. I'd like to take a moment to think church. As I'm a person who grew up in the church, when I think about church, my primary orientation is membership. And so I would immediately relate to what's written on this side of the board. When I think church, I think about it's a place to go to. It's a destination. When I think church and I'm there, my primary focus is what's in there. Who's in there? What's going on in there? Those aren't bad things, but it's how I think about church. Also, when I think church, in terms of church's membership, I would have to confess that I think what matters is us. What matters is what happens in here to us. What I've learned, especially over the last 10 to 20 years, is that isn't helping us have healthy churches. It's not helping us move toward where Christ is calling us to be in our service. And so I'm trying to change my thinking in regards to church. It helps me to think in this category of what does it mean for church to be missional? Well, one thing that has to change is it's not a place to go to, it's a place to go from. It's a sending place. It's an equipping place to send people into the world to make an impact. It's a very different way to think of church than this way. Another way to think of church on the missional side is the primary focus isn't about what's in here. The primary focus is about what are we going to do about that out there? How are we going to address this culture and the brokenness and the need for the love of Christ? Different way of thinking church. Another part is if I'm going to move toward missional thinking in my framework of church, then what matters isn't first us. What matters is what does Jesus want me to do in this? What am I supposed to do with this? The resources that we have, and the time that I've been given, and the skill set that He's given to me. It really changes my primary way of understanding church. So I would suggest that if you're struggling on this side, you ought to just put it on the board, whether it's for you personally or with your leadership group, with your board, and get clear about how are we thinking about church, and are we moving from here to here.